Hi there, this is the December cook-off, and I am Emily Countryman.
And I'm Adam Countryman. We are the founders of ShiftSetGo.
And today we are both going to be making muffins. Mine is an apple cinnamon oatmeal muffin.
And mine is a blueberry pancake mix muffin.
So for this muffin, for Team Green, you're going to need 1 serving of your apple cinnamon oatmeal. So I have that right here. You're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. You'll need 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then for your wet ingredients, you're going to need 1 chayote squash. And you're actually going to want to shred that finely. So I already prepped it, but you're going to need to shred it, or if you want to make a double or a triple batch, that would be a great idea, because then you could chop it up, put it into a food processor or a blender, and it would be so much easier than what I did, shredding it for 10 minutes. Then you're going to want to make sure that you get all the water out of it. So I just wrapped it in a paper towel and squeezed it, and this is what you're left with. So it makes about 1/2 cup. Then you're going to need 1 egg yolk, 1 ounce of whatever your milk choice is. I used almond milk for this one, and 2 teaspoons of your oil. I used olive oil for this.
So for Team Blue, we're going to be doing blueberry muffins. And so for that, you're going to need 1 ShiftSetGo blueberry pancake mix, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/3 cup of egg whites, 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract.
And for both of them, we're going to be doing mini muffins. So we each have a mini muffin tin, and they both need the oven preheated at 350 degrees. So we've got that preheating for us. So for mine, you're going to mix together the dry ingredients. So we have the oatmeal, we have the cinnamon, and the baking powder. And then in a separate bowl, going to mix together the wet ingredients. So we've got the squash, we've got the oil, the milk, and the egg yolk. So I'll start mixing that together, and you can start yours.
Okay, so for the blueberry muffin, you're going to mix the dry ingredients first. So we're going to go ahead and take the blueberry pancake mix and the baking soda. And then you're just going to add the wet ingredients. So you'll have the egg whites, the olive oil, and the vanilla extract.
So these are both super easy recipes that you can do this holiday season when you're baking with your family, if they're wanting to do a bunch of cookies or breads or muffins, things like that. You can stay on plan and still do it. That took us no time at all. These are so simple to do. So for mine, I'm gonna now mix the wet with the dry. And then mine makes about, depending on how high you fill your muffin tin with a mini muffin, mine makes about a dozen mini muffins. Just because of this chayote squash in here, it really adds a lot of volume to it. That one makes about how many?
This will make about 6 to 8 mini muffins, or maybe 2 full-size muffins. Okay. And so on this blueberry one, if it comes out a little watery, that's okay. It does bake up pretty nicely.
Mine's a little dry, but it's wet because of the chayote squash though, so it'll bake up really well. All right, ready to fill your tin?
I'm ready to go, yeah.
There you go. So you're gonna wanna spray your tin. We just have a little bit of olive oil that we're gonna use for them. These take different times. Mine's gonna bake for 20 to 25 minutes. That one's gonna bake for 11 to 13 minutes. So we're gonna put them in separate tins. Otherwise you could do them together. That's also why I would probably make a double or a triple batch when you do this. And then you could just keep them in the fridge and heat them up when you wanna eat them. Mine makes 1 serving of your shift meal plus a 1/2 cup of veggies, so you get a little bonus of your veggies in here. And then yours makes?
Mine makes 1 ShiftSetGo meal, but it does have the egg whites in, so it's about 2.5 ounces of your daily protein.
All right, so then we're just gonna fill our tins about 1/3 to half of the way full. You can fill the chayote one a little higher. It's not going to actually expand that much. So you can make them as big or as little as you want. So we would love to hear feedback when you make both of these recipes for the holidays, and we want you to vote which recipe you like better. So Team Green, you get your extra serving of veggies in there.
Or Team Blue, this is a super simple recipe to make. You can make the whole thing from mixing all the way to being done with baking in about 15 minutes.
This one takes a little longer because that chayote, but you could always prep a bunch of it ahead of time and just keep frozen chayote. I do that with zucchini all the time. Could probably swap zucchini in this recipe too. I think that would turn out pretty well. I haven't tried it, but I think that would work just fine. Okay, this makes a lot. Keep going. All right, so then you're just going to put them in the oven. Like I said, this one cooks for about 20 to 25 minutes.
This one cooks 11 to 13 minutes until golden brown, and then check with a toothpick, of course.
Okay, so we will put these guys in the oven. Yeah, so that made a dozen of them. So you get quite a bit with this recipe. So we'll just pop those in the oven. All right, so we took them out of the oven, and I have about 12 of the apple cinnamon oatmeal muffins.
And we got about 8 of the blueberry muffins.
And the recipe for both of these muffins are in the link with this video, or you can find them on our website, ShiftSetGo.com. And cheers.
Cheers.
Happy holidays.